Hey guys, today we're going to be giving our review on the heavily anticipated X-Men 97, episode 1 and 2. To me, my nerds.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Till the End of the Line podcast. I'm your boy Wanji here with.
Kikati?
That's right. And as you can tell, we have a little bit of a new layout today. That's because Kika and his family are actually going to go check out the Avengers compound to get a new space for
Yep,
us. Right? I hope try to find
absolutely.
one with a couch, man. That way we can just chill out
Say less.
a little bit. Yeah.
Say less. I'm down
Yeah.
for that, yeah.
Nice. So we will be taking a small break, right? Maybe like a week or so
Yeah,
off
we'll
while you
see.
do
We'll
that.
see. Yeah, I'll
Awesome.
take a week off. I'll get as much information as I can from the Adventure Compound, see who I
Nice.
run into. Hopefully. I mean, Tony's building it, he's funding it, so he's bound to be there. I'm going to run into him
Hell
somewhere.
yeah, dude. Get some selfies, man, as many as you can.
Absolutely.
All
I want
right.
to ask him how he gets his beard to look like that because I really want my beard
Seriously.
like.
I mean, I don't know if he has somebody doing it, but if I get their number or something. All right. We got a bit of nerd news to get into today, right?
Yeah. Some good stuff. Go
All
ahead and
right.
start with the X-Men 97 stuff, and then I'll give you the sad news after.
All right. So a little bit of X-Men 97 news in this. I don't know if you guys have heard, but the creator Bo DeMayo was fired before the series premiere. It's unclear why he was fired, but he did write and produce X-Men 97. He also wrote some other Marvel projects like Moon Knight and Blade, among many other things. Several original cast members are returning. Don't know which specific cast members that is or those
Yeah,
are, but I'm sure you can hear them sometimes, right? Like during
yeah.
the
So I
series.
know it's like the original Beast, um, and I
Logan
think the
sounds the same.
original. I don't know if it's original Logan. I'll find out. I think it's the original Jean Grey for
Okay,
sure. I believe it's also the original Storm too.
that I can believe. It does sound like her. Okay, I do have
Oh,
some other
it is
X Men
not
news.
the original
What's that?
Storm. It is not the original Storm.
It's not, man. That actor did a really good job sounding like her.
She did. She did.
I did have some news from an actor that was in X Men Last Stand. Actor Vinnie
Okay.
Jones turned down an appearance in Deadpool and Wolverine due to the mental toll of Juggernaut suit. And
Oh,
he
I did
says
see
that,
that.
yeah, making The Last Stand was shambles, and he was very upset during the filming.
Hmm.
So that those
He
reasons
gave that
attributed to
corny
him
ass
not being.
line of, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Do
Language.
you know why that line was put in?
Because of the stupid meme that people made of it.
Yeah,
It's not
dude.
even something he actually says, yeah.
Uh
And they
huh.
made an actual X-Men 90 or the X-Men animated series. I guess I got to start differentiate, telling the difference, like saying X-Men 97 and X-Men animated series. Because we've always
Yeah.
called it 97 because that's what everyone called it for a while. But now
Yeah.
it's the animated series, and then this new one is X-Men 97. Even when you look at it on IMDb, it's not like season 6. This is considered season 1 of X-Men
Yeah.
97.
Because it's a
So
continuation of the story. It's not just picking up technically from that last series.
I mean, it is the story, but it's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some copyrights or I know
Right.
they own Fox now, but I mean, we'll see what happens. But it wasn't Fox. It was Saba, right? Saba was the original people that started
Was
this.
it? Oh,
Saba was
that's
the
right.
one.
Okay.
And remember in the beginning, you said that Saba, and they're well known
Yeah.
for Power Rangers, and what else are they well known for? I guess that's really all I can think about. But the same guy that wrote the X-Men 97 intro also wrote the Power Rangers intro, which are two iconic intros
Hell yeah.
to every '90s kid that ever existed.
But
So
seriously,
yeah, kudos. Yeah,
even if they didn't watch it, they know that jingle or either
yeah,
jingle. Yeah. Uh huh.
yeah. Earlier, I was rewatching them to pull some notes together for this, and Sophie's like, "Dad, you got this stupid tone in my head." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yes."
Literally, I've been singing that all freaking day ever since I found out
I've
that
been
today was.
saying to me, my X-Men, all day long. So for the longest, I've been saying to the kiddos when I'm trying to gather them together and get them in the car, or like, "Hey guys, we gotta go." I usually
Yeah.
say Autobots roll out, but now I'm just gonna be like, "To me, my monkeys."
Nice. Love it. All
That's gonna
right.
be my new set.
Nice. I think that's it for X-Men news. You got any news?
So unfortunately, and I hope her speedy recovery,
Hmm.
Olivia Munn, who, for
Yep.
those of you that are a big follower of her, I mean, she's a well-known actress. She also did play in X-Men, which is pretty cool. She played
Hmm.
Psylocke in X-Men
Hmm.
Apocalypse.
And also
She
a
is
reporter in Iron Man 2.
oh, she was. That's right. That's
Hmm.
right. Well, unfortunately, she has been diagnosed with breast cancer. Hopefully, she's going through dialysis and all that, so she's gonna work her way through to I guess not curing it, but doing whatever she can to
Yeah, I did a lot of
alleviate
reading on it,
it.
and they were able to catch it early, which is a good thing. She underwent a double mastectomy, so it looks like she's on the better end of it. Our thoughts and prayers
Yeah,
are with her and her
part of
family.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she actually got it, got the idea from one of her doctors that figured out that she had a genetic marker for getting that and decided
Okay.
to test it further, and then that's how they were able to catch it early. So,
Okay.
so yeah,
I
so I
mean,
mean, it's very
the
important for all the women
family is
watching
done.
get early detection tests and stuff like that.
Yeah. We're
Hmm.
girl dads. I got a bunch of girls
Yeah,
in my
for sure.
house, and
Hmm.
you got your girls.
Yep.
So, sad news. Sad news,
Yeah.
obviously, but he's a trooper. I know she'll pull through.
Yeah. We wish her nothing but the best. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
Another bit of news, or our last bit of news, if you guys haven't seen the new trailer for The Acolyte just dropped,
Yes.
you guys
Yes.
need to watch that trailer because it surprised the hell out of me. Did not expect it to be that good. I'm excited for the series now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree too. And I don't even know who the Sith is or whoever the Dark Jedi or whatever they are
Hmm.
with the red lightsaber. I have no idea who that is. No idea. And I didn't really go deep to try to find too much
Yeah.
information on it, but like just a common Google search, nothing's popping up. So I'm
Okay.
gonna have to go dig deep and do some real nerd with the knowledge stuff to figure out
Hell yeah.
who the
Yeah.
hell this is gonna be.
I know you're gonna get the knowledge. I'm not worried about
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
that. I'm
Another
just
cool
excited
news.
for the series.
Yeah, agreed, agreed. In the DC related world, I'm really excited that they're going to do a live action Teen Titans.
Yes,
Uh,
dude.
I think that'll be cool. Hopefully, I think this is where they can pull from Titans, the HBO show.
Hmm.
And I really like that Dick Grayson. I really like that Beast Boy. They both
Yeah.
do a really good job. So it'd be nice to pull them.
I doubt
Raven,
that's gonna happen. I
Starfire, they're okay. I enjoyed it, but they're not my preference. So
yeah. I doubt that's going to happen just because, and again, it's going to be under James Gunn's control. So he might want to tell maybe an earlier story than what was already on HBO Max, is what I'm guessing. So he might go with different
right,
actors that way.
right.
So,
Yeah, if they go completely like teenage cast, I'm with it. I'm
hmm.
totally with it. I think they can pull it off. Who I don't really know too many teenage actors right now just yet,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I'm excited for that. But I just need some real solid DC content for me to be sold on James Gunn. I have faith, but I'm getting a
Hmm.
little antsy. I'm like,
Yeah,
you
seriously.
got any
Yeah, yeah.
DC movies?
Uh,
Um,
yeah, I'm definitely
and then
keeping an eye out for sure.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Hmm.
But I think that's it for nerd news, right?
Yeah, I've got nothing else.
So we haven't
We
played
are
a game
good.
for a while,
Hmm.
and What is our score right now? 2-1, right?
Yeah, for two truths and a lie. Yep, you're up 2 to
Yeah.
1. Unfortunately for
So
me.
this
So
is
yeah.
like to make it a little bit more. We'll add this point for this round, the Spitfire round. So that's what we're gonna call it now, Spitfire. And so basically, the idea that I had is it's gonna be you have a topic and you're gonna tell me it, and I have 30 seconds to name as many uh, things of that topic. So if we're talking
Hmm.
about fruits, I gotta say orange, banana, apple, whatever so on. So
Gotcha.
the
Gotcha.
topic
Yep.
is related. So for me, my topic uh, is going to be heroes only in the Marvel universe,
Okay.
right? That their powers are based off of the elements. They're
Oh,
not elemental
okay.
powers, all right?
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me just
Yeah.
elaborate just a bit. But I'm going to give you one example, and it's going to take away you being able to say this. For
Correct.
example, Thor is the god of lightning,
Okay.
so he throws lightning.
Hmm.
There are other people that embody other elements. They are not known. They're not by far like airbenders or
No.
that
Yeah,
that
I get what
matter.
you're saying. That they use
But
natural
their
elements
power,
that are around us to as their part of
they're
their
able to
powers. Yeah.
manipulate as their power. Correct.
Hmm.
All right. So I'm going to get a timer ready really quickly,
Okay. So you're saying,
and
damn
I
it.
will tell you. I will tell you go,
Okay.
and you will have 30 seconds to name as many as you possibly can.
Yeah.
So I'm going to. I guess I got to keep tally of this, right?
That or just
So
hold up your fingers. I doubt I'm gonna get more than 10 and 30 seconds.
okay, cool, perfect. I'll do it with the
All right.
fingers then. All right, ready,
Yep.
set, go.
All right. Storm. Uh, I forget the guy's name, but he was in first class, the one who can manipulate wind.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. That's
Okay.
fine. That's fine. We'll go with
Uh,
it. 12 seconds left.
damn it. I think that's the only two I'm gonna get that are element
Um,
based. The Thing? No. Yeah, he's just made of rocks. Fuck.
I mean, yeah, I'll give it to you. All right, time.
All right.
All right. I gave you 3. I'll give you the thing, whatever. Dude, Johnny Storm, Human Torch, fire.
No, fuck. And I was even damn it.
Oh
See,
my
it's
god.
it's the it's the pressure of the 30 seconds. That's why a lot of people think like Wheel of Fortune. Oh, it's so easy. When you got cameras and timers on it, you blank. I guarantee you. All
Oh
right.
man.
Damn.
I
Johnny
mean,
Storm was right there.
there's Pyro.
Cause see,
There's
you know what messed me
Bobby.
up? You know what messed
Iceman.
me up? You because we just did Airbender, or I mean Avatar. So I'm trying not to think Avatar and all those fucking Airbenders, Earthbenders. I try to just think Marvel, so my brain was scrambling. Okay, all right, mine is you're gonna have to keep timer for me.
Okay.
I mean, I'll keep an eye on the time on my end, but I don't have a timer right now. What I came up with, all right, cool, was superheroes that flight is their natural ability. So not
Any?
part of their suits, that not anything like they can naturally fly in the
Okay.
Marvel
So
universe.
what
All
in
right.
the Marvel universe, right? Okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
Start the timer.
Hold on. And all right. So Rogue, Captain Marvel, um, Storm, uh,
Hmm.
Blue Marvel, um, Thor technically doesn't fly. He just
Correct.
Nova, and then
Okay.
I'm trying to think who knows. Um, Strange, Doctor Strange technically flies.
No, that's the
Oh
cloak. That
no,
doesn't
no,
count.
get the
No,
cloak. You're right. You're right.
that's
Shit.
it. Oh
Oh,
wait,
I'm
shit,
passing.
you're at
I'm passing.
37. I couldn't tell. So you got.
Yeah.
I'll give you 5 on that one because I no, I think you
Okay.
named 4. You named 4 by the 30-second mark. Either way, you win. But I think you got 4.
Let's
Dude, you even
go.
said Johnny Storm. You could have used him
Oh,
again. I was waiting for it.
I was Silver Surfer. I was thinking surfboard. Oh, I should have just looked at my damn shirt.
Yeah,
I got Photon on there, Silver Surfer.
exactly. You see what I mean
Oh,
about the time limit? It messes with your head, doesn't it?
damn. I failed.
Hmm.
All right, cool. Well, it looks like I'm on the board.
Yep. So you're saying that we're gonna tally that towards the
Yeah,
two
let's just
truths and a lie,
seven
right?
games to get the 10. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair
We'll
enough.
just
All
pick them
right, so
up.
you're up.
But
Yep,
it'll be
3-1
an easier
now.
game.
Yep.
Say less.
You suck.
Say
All right. Let's
less.
dive right into this damn episode 1 of X-Men 97 series. Cause
Heck yeah.
holy shit, it was a good one.
All right. So first off, a new Marvel animation intro. So it says Marvel animation.
Yeah.
In the intro, you can see like the Amazing Spider-Man from back in I don't even know what year, what time, when it was, but that's when Iceman and Firestorm, right? Firestorm, right? That was her name. The girl with fire around her.
I can't remember the name of that character.
Got it. I think it was Firestorm.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like they were like Spider-Man and Amazing Friends, and then his they was like super like the animation was really bad. It was
Yeah.
good story plot, but yeah. So like I had that one in the beginning.
To be fair, it was like
We
late
got
80s, early 90s, so
something like that. No, I think it was
yeah.
like early '80s to be honest.
Oh, it was
Maybe it was.
that's what I meant. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't catch it
We'll check that later.
during the intro, so I'm not familiar which one exactly that you're talking about, but okay.
Okay. So yeah, so like right at the beginning, you see Spider-Man behind the Marvel Animation new logo, and then you
Okay.
could see Ben Grimm as a thing right behind here. So it's like the old school Fantastic Four. And then
Yeah.
this is the first time we got to see anything Silver Surfer. So the '90s animated Silver Surfer solo show
Oh,
that popped
nice.
up in there too. That was
Hmm.
pretty cool. And then it transitioned into What If, and then it shows like zombie Cap. It shows T'Challa when he reveals as a Star
Star-Lord?
Lord T'Challa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and he lands on a box, and then we see Owatu. Um, and I wonder if they showed Owatu because he can see these animated realms, these different timelines.
That's a good
Because I feel
question.
like he can
Yeah.
see like live action and animated. He just so happens to be in an animated, interacting with an animated
Yeah.
timeline.
Hmm.
And I feel like he's all knowing. He sees everything. It'd be cool.
That's a good
But
question.
yeah,
Yeah.
so the intro's pretty dope. Yeah, and then the banger again. It's still a banger.
Still. Yeah. Yep.
Man, bro. Yeah, I
The
get
kid
chills.
in
I get
me
excited.
was just ecstatic watching this movie.
Oh my god, I
Just
want to go get
going
a
crazy.
towel, wrap it around my neck, and run around the living room. Like,
Yeah. Right. Uh, I uh, I am so happy that they gave us that badass scene from the trailer in the first episode of fucking
oh,
Gambit on Wolverine lighting up his claws and shit. That was the
I bet. As
sickest
soon as I
fucking
saw that, I'm like, well, Juan is so happy right now.
dude. Hell yeah! I'm
He,
like, yes, you gave it to me first episode. Fuck yeah. The other thing I was really happy to see was some of our old '90s slang phrases come like pop back up. When
like what?
Cyclops was like not, and then he opened up his eyes and just blew up the whole spot.
Okay,
You remember seeing that? I was like,
yeah,
love
I
it.
do. I think they kept it like very similar vibe to the X-Men '97.
Hmm.
Or the way the where how it ended in '97. So very much so picked
Yeah,
up. Still the same vibe. They're in New York City,
and the
and they
timeline
do
is
show you.
'98, right? Because it's about a year later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct. But still, it's still technically in the '90s still, which is cool.
correct. Yeah,
Ridley's not just like out of fashion, not of style. Like she's in style right now. So,
right. Well, that's why the Portuguese guy told her to page him.
oh yeah,
Which
yeah,
any
yeah.
kids watching that are gonna be like, what do they mean
When
page
they
him?
showed Times Square, did you notice that they've had Tony Stark Industries on the very top? Like where Times Square,
I
like the
didn't. No, I didn't catch that.
yeah, it was pretty cool to see that.
Nice.
So like, and then we see like a Daily Bugle page fly across the screen when they get to the warehouse.
Hmm.
We know, as we know, and then the animated series, X-Men animated series, crossed over with the Spider-Man animated series. So we know that
Oh,
something
right.
like
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, I remember that crossover
Um,
episode. Yeah.
they did change the intro a bit as far as like how people pop up in place, and they changed per episode. So episode
Really?
1 and
Oh, okay,
episode 2,
nice.
the intro was different. Yeah, when we get to 2, I'll tell you the difference. But this one starts
Okay.
off with like
Yeah, I skipped intro on second
Cyclops.
episode.
Oh, did you? No,
Yeah, I wanted to
unfortunately,
get straight to the episode. I was
I'm
like,
watching
I'll watch it
everyone.
again later.
No, I got the chance to watch both episodes, or yeah, both episodes twice. So I watched it
Yeah,
the first time just for the geek out, and the second time I guess where I gathered all my notes from.
yeah,
Um,
which is how a true nerd
but
does
yeah, absolutely.
it.
So yeah, so they added morph into it. In the original one, it was always the same people, always. So
hmm
they added morph. They added
Speaking of Morph, why does he look like Voldemort in this fucking series? Like, what the hell? I remember him always looking like uh, an actual person. When, like, remember in the club scene where when he's talking to Wolverine and he changes back into like
yeah,
an actual person? But then I started thinking, I'm like, oh, I think he looked like that whenever he was around humans to blend in,
yes,
right?
yes. So we've
Okay.
seen morph in live action. He's the guy, the bald guy in Logan.
Right.
Yeah, but we didn't get to see him morph in that time.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, it just threw me when I seen him. I'm like, this, all right, they got him looking exactly like Voldemort. I was just threw me. I was like, what the fuck? So,
Because like I know he suffers from like schizophrenia, so he has like
okay,
an evil version of himself. So it's like
that makes
it's
sense. Yeah.
yeah. So I think they kind of worked their way through it already. Like he might be over it, maybe not cured, but like learn how to suppress it or something.
Okay.
Um, I gotta dig back into that, but I remember that being a thing where he
Yeah.
had like a split personality, similar to how like Adam Warlock, his alter ego is Magnus. So like since he was created, he had like an evil version of himself. That's why the other
Yeah.
side's so pure and like kind of an idiot. But
That makes sense for any mutant that can change into any other person and sound like them. It's only logical
it's easy to lose himself.
to lose yourself. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But then it starts off with what's the first scene?
Them in. Oh, it was giving me like Deadpool vibes, where they had the Portuguese guy in a collar, and they were taking him through the warehouse, and you were seeing other like mutants and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Storm comes in and makes the room cold, and then the I think what's his name? Executioner, I think is what we find out his name is, and
No,
like
Executioner second episode.
right, but the guy that we meet there is Executioner, the one with the scars on his face that he sees his
Oh,
breath.
is that him? Okay.
That is him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
That is him.
Okay.
Yeah, so he gets
All
away,
right.
but, but yeah, so we see him, and then he sees his breath, and then he's like, "What the hell?"
hmm
And then that's Storm manipulating the elements. And then Cyclops using his optic glass to push himself back. I don't remember him doing that
No,
in the
my wife
anime.
said the same thing. She goes, I don't remember him using his blast like that to move around. That was pretty dope as hell, but
That's
I don't
pretty
remember ever
genius.
seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shows how much he's grown in the year of leading the X-Men since Charles not being there.
Yeah.
And I just think I think he's really embracing the leadership role of it.
hmm
Well, we know how things change in the future. For now, for these 2 episodes, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And then we still see, but yeah, so that's that. He blows up everybody because, like you said, he's like, psych, and then he blows up everything.
Oh, it says
And he just
not
opens his eyes.
Psych. Psych is another 90s
Oh,
term.
yeah.
Remember?
He's just not, yeah.
Yeah.
He opens his eyes and the entire factory blows, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. Which I'm surprised none of the mutants got hurt, like the kid that they were trying to protect.
Yeah.
But I guess whatever.
Uh,
But yeah, no, I thought that was pretty cool, the entrance, and then they're back at the not the compound. I'm going to the compound. They're back
yes,
at the
correct.
institute.
Uh-huh.
And then what's his name is making beignets, which is classic friggin' Gambit making beignets, which
Yeah.
I love beignets. They're fucking fantastic. And he's from New Orleans, so that makes sense. That checks out.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
then
speaking real quick, that scene reminded me of while my wife and I were watching that. This is super cheesy as hell, but I don't care. So you already know Gambit's my favorite X-Men.
Uh-huh.
She tells me as soon as she sees Rogue walk in, she goes, "Oh, she was my favorite when I was a kid." And I was like, "See, we're
Yeah.
fucking meant to be together. We each had the fucking
That,
right X-Men that we were favorited, and now they're together. Now we're together." I'm like,
yeah,
"Yeah, it's super cheesy,
that's
but
really cute.
I'm all about cheesiness sometimes."
I mean, whatever, bro. Corny and
Yeah,
corny. I'm with it. I like
yeah.
the corny relationships.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, it was it just like it felt like the old school animated show.
it
Like
did.
it just
Yeah,
didn't feel like something new. Yeah, it's new episodes, but it didn't feel like they were trying to reinvent themselves.
yeah,
It stood really, and then Morph is being a dick, and he walked in as Charles. So right away I knew that wasn't Charles because
for sure.
he
Yeah.
walked in. Uh,
Uh,
and
yeah, they are doing a really good
yeah,
job at continuing the story and not trying to replace the old animated series. It does feel like
yeah,
a continuation for sure.
agreed. And then Jean Grey's pregnant, as we
Yeah,
already knew that happened when we see her stomach, and then she
full
catches
belly.
the
Yeah,
beignet
yeah,
that's about to explode. She throws it out the window or whatever.
yeah.
Um, the whole gang's there. So it's Cyclops, Jean, Wolverine,
Hmm.
Storm, Gambit, Rogue, Jubilee, Beast, Bishop,
Beast.
and Morph. So we get to see everybody. Um, and then they go to find out where Oliver Trask is at, and they make their way through. And it's who do they go see? Who's the guy that they saw in prison?
Oh, the one who shot Xavier.
Yeah,
Hmm.
what, are- what is his name?
I could probably look it up really quick, but
Yeah, I can't think of
let's see.
it. But so yeah, so they go to see him. They go to catch them, find out like where Oliver Trask is, and then they find out where all of the Sentinels are being built. And
Hmm.
so then they go. They're in the airplane, which is a pretty cool episode. That they're
Yeah.
in the airplane, they're ready to fucking go kick ass. And well, first, old boy runs away, right? So they bring him back, and they're like, "Oh," he's like, "How much money you want?" He's kind of a little dick. I don't really like this Portuguese kid. He's like,
Well, he's
me and
playing
G,
that stuck up rich kid, which he's doing a great job at it.
yeah,
Let's see.
yeah, I guess, but I just feel like he's a little sus to me. I feel like
Okay.
he might be playing more than one side, you know.
Okay.
And then
We'll
it
see if
just
your
and
instincts are correct.
the same thing with Dr. Cooper. Um, so I have a theory. So like as they were like she was like working out while they were like video calling her, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, nothing like this has ever happened before. I don't even know how." And
Hmm.
then he makes a comment about like, how are they getting these sentinel pieces? How are they getting this weaponry? If you said that you destroyed all of the sentinels, and
Yeah.
she's like, "I thought I did." And then she makes a he makes a pretty cool thing like that's really really like I feel like Charles would say that trust she said like just trust me, trust me, and he's like trust happens when actions meet words. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's
I
pretty
love that
dope.
line, dude. Hell yeah.
And like
I was
right
like, I'm gonna
away
start using that shit in my real life.
with the kids, right?
Hell yeah.
Like what we're talking about that. But no, I think he's really grown in the year that since Xavier's been gone, Scott
Hmm.
has, and then he's also going to be a father now. So he's like,
Yeah.
I think he has a little bit of a turmoil within himself because he doesn't want to abandon the team. He wants to, be there for Charles, or for the X-Men,
I
and
think I
then
have the name of the guy. Is it Guy Rich?
I think you're right. I think it is Guy
Yeah.
Ritchie. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was doing. If you guys see me look it down constantly, I was trying to look up the name. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Um, and then he does in that conversation with Dr. Cooper, he says that tolerance is extinction, which is um a hint to the last three episodes. The last three episodes are called Tolerance is Extinction or Tolerance to
Oh, the
Extinction.
series? Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Oh no, Tolerance is Extinction. The last three. So
Hmm.
I feel like with that with him saying that in episode 1, and then it being with Dr. Cooper, she's still alive at this point, because we know Magneto probably didn't kill them,
Hmm.
which I kind of jumped ahead a little bit. But
Yeah.
I feel like she can be Mystique. I think it's Mystique
Oh, that's
pointing
a good
Dr. Cooper.
theory. Yeah.
She
Okay.
just seems to like know the answers. And
Hmm.
then, so before I get too more into this theory, I got the vibe right away. I was like, she just seems sus, and she's like, you
Yeah.
sound just like Charles. And Mystique didn't call him Professor X. She's always called him Charles.
Always Charles. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my thing. All right, but then into the airplane situation, fucking flying through, Sentinel attacks, optic beam cuts its head off in pieces, and then freaking Morph turns into Archangel to catch Wolverine, which is
Hell
dope. I
yeah,
was like,
dude.
where did Archangel come from? I'm like, oh shit, that's Morph.
And the fucking Cyclops using his beam to lower himself into that superhero landing. That shit was dope as
Oh,
hell. And when he
that
landed,
was
I literally yelled out, "Superhero landing!"
because he when he touched his chest and he's like, "Good job, X-Men," and then
Mhm.
I'm like, "Who the fuck's gonna save this guy?"
I was
Roll
half
crack
expecting for a parachute to pop out of his suit. I was like, all right, he's probably got a parachute in there or something. And
okay.
then they hit us with the fucking side beam, and I'm like, yeah, that's a way better way to
Yeah,
fucking
this could give
land.
me like Captain America,
Winter
Not
Soldier,
Civil War, Winter Soldier
Winter
when he
Soldier,
jumps out of the
fuck yeah,
helicarrier.
uh huh.
Yeah, or not the
How he
helicarrier, but
straightened
just
up to go down.
yeah, that's what he
Hmm.
gave me that vibe. But he was like gliding through
Yes.
the air. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was pretty dope. And
Hmm.
then that's when we get that iconic line, "To me, my X-Men." And I was like, oh yes,
Yes.
yes, that's been waiting for this. So, like,
So
he just
to
has
bring
all these
another
lines.
'90s term, swing, like you know what I mean?
Facts, bro, facts. I swing hard. Um, and then as they're fighting and they start fucking up the Sentinels, and he's like, "Give them the forecast." I'm like, "Bro, what's with the
Yeah.
one-liners? Like, just keep
Lo-
them coming."
there's some of them are cheesy as hell, but I love it. I love it so much. You know what I mean? Like because that's
But
as
it just
kids,
stays
that's what
90.
we went hard for is those cheesy ass lines.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
And then Storm just
Um,
coming in and fucking dropping lightning on the sand, turning it to glass and shit. I was like, come
oh my
on,
God.
Storm, give it to
She
them.
walked in like a god. Seriously, like a god.
Yeah,
Um, and
yeah.
then again, right, actually not again, but right in the beginning, they Omega level mutant detected, Omega
Recognized.
like,
Yep.
bro, yeah,
Yes.
giving her props.
Uh huh.
All of that just to lead into episode 2.
Yep. Which that kind
Before
of
we
feeds
jump in
into
that,
your theory about Wakanda Forever and Storm, or not Wakanda Forever. Sorry, the new Wakanda series coming out. That's you think Storm is going to be the new queen,
yeah,
right? Didn't you have that theory? I'm behind that
I
theory,
hope
dude.
so. I would love that. I would love for to
Yeah.
get to. So I thought it was Aurora. It's Aurora Monroe.
Okay.
So I had been mispronouncing her name for the longest, but it's
All right.
Aurora
It
Monroe.
happens. It happens.
Um, let's see what else. Optic glass, and then we get to see that you're seeing that you've been waiting to see. Gambit supercharges Wolverine's
Fuck
adamantium
yes,
claws,
dude.
and then he just goes right through. Who's gonna do a fastball special for him? We need to. Hopefully, they can figure out someone strong enough, or maybe Morph. Morph can turn into what's his name? Colossus. Do you know what the fastball special is?
I don't remember that.
Oh my god! So there was so because Wolverine is like 5'8". He's like my height
Right.
in the comic. He's super
Yeah.
short. But he's like the
I
guy
mean,
got
I don't
hops.
think 5'8" is super short, but all right. Well, that's another discussion.
Compared to everyone else is like 6 feet though, Rogue is
Hmm.
6 feet, Jean Grey's like almost 6 feet,
I would
Cyclops is like
consider
six
like
four.
5'2", 5'3" super short, not not 5'8".
Right. But compared to
Yeah,
giants and superheroes, he's always super tiny. So
yeah.
what he did with Colossus is the fastball special. So he like crouches down and Colossus grabs his feet and his hand and his butt and just launches him
Oh
and sends
shit!
him flying. into Sentinels, and then he like
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
he'll be a ball at first, and then he'll open up the slowdown, and then cut through Sentinels.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah,
that
we
was like
gotta get that.
that's the fastball special.
Yeah.
He does it with She-Hulk once. So she picks him up, and then she's like, "Oh, you have a cute butt."
Yeah. Nice.
Oh my god, it's a good guy. But anyway, so the whole they stop the Sentinels, they blow it up, and then
Yeah.
Dr. Cooper's like she kind of gives props to Cyclops and says, then Cyclops just keeps dropping more one-liners. He's like,
Yep.
It's always a good day when men like him that want to see us, tear each other apart. We can work together. So like he's been dropping one-liners over and over. He's supposed to be in every episode, even though he's supposed to leave and like go raise his son or whatever.
Well, take a step back from being in the X-Men. Yeah.
No, I lied to you.
He's not going to be in every episode?
He's supposed to be in 3 episodes.
Cyclops?
Yeah.
So maybe just the first 3, and then he takes a step back from the X-Men team, to help with the kid.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that's probably going to be Magneto's time to step into the forefront and lead the new X-Men team.
Maybe that's not right, because it says Wolverine's only going to be in 3 episodes. It says Rogue's only going to be Magneto. Okay, something's not right at IMDb. I don't think that's right.
Well, let's hope that that's wrong. Yeah.
So let's go into the next one. Mutant Liberation Begins.
So I was getting Storm at the Capitol vibes on this. I don't know if maybe they took that and put that into this episode, but I was like, I think they're putting real life situations, like current time situations, into this.
I agree. I thought that was really, really weird. I thought I was the only one that felt that way. Like storming the Capitol. Yeah. That was let's not get too political with it, but yeah, it was a little
right.
But as we know, this episode 1 ends with Magneto being left in the will to take over the the X-Men essentially, and
Hmm.
all of Charles's all of his money, also the
Yeah.
financial money. Apparently, the guy's fucking loaded. Um, and then also his school. It's all left to Charles, and
Yep.
everyone's like, "Bro, what
You
the
mean to
fuck?"
Magneto?
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
You said
Oh
left
yeah,
to
to
Charles.
Eric. Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So and then in the beginning, right in the beginning, Magneto just saves those kids in the Ferris wheel. He saves those other mutants that were about to get basically blasted. I think almost or maybe killed.
Yeah.
Um, and then we have this weird interaction with him and Rogue. And I don't remember them ever having like a relationship or like I know he was able to touch her because his magnetism around him. He
Yeah.
was able to touch her skin to skin.
So
Um,
maybe like a
but
fling they had, possibly.
yeah, I gotta dig into that. I thought that was a little
Yeah.
sus because he's old and she's not. And so there's a huge, huge sugar baby situation happening there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Um, But I thought that was a little weird. But then
Hmm.
they hinted to Magneto's helmet protecting him from Charles, and I thought that was only something uh, unique to the films. I don't
Oh,
remember
okay.
his helmet being actually something that protected him from Charles. I don't remember that ever being canon. I remember that
Hmm.
being something new with the reboots of Michael Fassbender and then
Do you think that
Kevin
maybe with
Bacon.
this new series that they wrote that in to tie in the live action for like newer fans?
Probably,
Hmm.
probably. Um, yeah, I think so.
So we actually see in this episode Executioner in action, and the dude's a
At the end.
badass. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah. He
wielding a
takes.
bunch of
Well,
weapons
let's not
and
jump too far. So the
okay,
reason before we get to that part, but so like then Dr. Cooper arrives to the school and
all right, okay,
they try to arrest Magneto. And then she's like, you can't stop us.
all
These
right,
guns you can't control. And then he takes control of the helicopters. As soon as they land, I'm like, they showed up in helicopters. Like the
yeah,
helicopter should have left. They should have left their ass and then came back once
yeah,
they
yeah.
already had de-veganized
But then
Ray and
what
shit.
are they gonna do? Walk Magneto back like to where
No,
they
no,
came
no.
from?
But like drop off, take off, and then
Yeah.
subdue him, put the collar, and then they would come back to get him because they can't do nothing once the collar's on. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yep.
But that's why I think it was because she didn't budge at all when Eric was making the helicopter blades go closer and closer and on them, and the troops were all scared. And Dr. Cooper was a G. She just stood there.
Yeah.
So she's too prepared for her just being a member. Like
Yeah.
she's
That's
too
feeding
much of
more
a
into your
badass.
theory that she's Mystique. Yeah.
Right. And I think it was planned for her to play that, and he's playing. Not playing Mystique, but he's working in cahoots with Mystique to
Okay.
show this to the public of what the UN can do and how Xavier's image can come, but he's using in the background his radicalness of him trying to have the like he's manipulating the whole situation so that
Yeah.
humanity can see that hey they're mistreating mutants. Very similar to how I told you, Malcolm X or Magneto is based off of Malcolm X personality,
Yeah.
and Charles Xavier is based off of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yes.
So it's pretty cool to see how Magneto's struggling to hold Charles's final wishes,
Yeah.
but still like he's still a badass, and he's like,
Yeah.
we'll just get into it. So yeah, like I said, he willingly goes with them. He's like,
Hmm.
if you're gonna willingly take me, do I get a fair trial? And she's like, well,
Right.
that's what due process means. And I feel like that was just kind of planned. Like he knew
Okay.
somebody. He was just betting on the FOH, right? That's the name of
Let me see.
the humans that are against the mutants. I
Oh,
think they're
like
called
their
Friends of Humanity.
organization name? I can't remember,
Yeah,
but that sounds right.
yeah. I think it's like Friends of Humanity, which is I think it's
Oh,
FOH.
yeah. There you go. FOH.
Um,
Yep.
yeah. So they come in and like he's betting on them to make a scene at the UN hearing,
Yeah.
and sure enough they do.
To
And
prove his
I don't
point.
think
Yeah.
Yeah, and just the way he talks to them, he's like, I only reacted when you guys, but I reacted when you guys attacked me. And he's like,
Hmm.
well, we have to, the UN guy was like, oh, well, we have to protect ourselves. And he's like, yeah. He's like, but you're trying to annihilate us, or what was the exact words that he used? He's like, oh yeah, we have to protect humanity. He's like, but Eric
Yeah,
called, and then Eric called it, you're trying to, have, he's like, but that's extinction of my race, essentially. Like if you guys are trying to protect yourself, we have smaller numbers. There's a lot less mutants than there are humans.
yeah.
And he basically they're just trying to eradicate them because they feel threatened by them.
He says
Um,
protection. He goes, "This isn't." Let me see. This isn't protection. Oh, this is extermination.
yeah, extermination. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and then he talks about his Jewish upbringings and how he was viewed as an abomination. And he's trying to
Yeah,
do right by Charles, and it's like, I had my friend, and he saw one way, and I want to, pay tribute to him.
but
And
still kind of do it in not his fashion, but still get his message across at the same time.
as well, correct,
Yeah. Hmm.
correct. And then he's like, justice is overdue. He's like, but so is healing. And I was like, wow, that's
Yeah.
very, very mature for him. I mean, of course he's very mature.
Yeah.
Magneto is an older gentleman, but like that was out of character for him to speak like that. And I think it's just he meant healing because he was hurting because he lost his friend. He
Yeah.
was he was hurting.
That was. Yeah, you
Um,
could see like the Charles influence on him in that moment for sure.
yeah. And then when
Hmm.
they start like taking over, and like the FOH is like starting to break in, they're like, whoa, they they must be here for Magneto. And he's like, yeah, and they're here for the UN too. He's like, what did we do? He's like, you gave a monster a trial, so now you're a traitor to your own kind. So
Yep.
that when he said that, he was too calm and collective for that. Like he was
Uh-huh.
betting on the FOH to make a move.
Yeah, he's a
And
smart man. He knew that was coming. Yeah,
yeah,
that's why I think he
he's
went
playing.
willingly.
Yeah, like he's
Hmm.
definitely playing chess while they're playing checkers. Absolutely,
Yeah, oh yeah,
like
for sure. Yep.
he is ready. And then then we flip over to Jean. Uh, she's like, Logan, he's here. He's like, who? Apocalypse? She's like, not baby.
Yeah,
He's
that
like,
was
oh,
funny. Yeah.
he was not ready there. And it kind of
No.
sucked that like that moment you want as a father, you want to not miss those moments.
Oh, for sure.
Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, Rogue flew Cyclops over immediately,
Yeah.
and
Which that
then
was a cool scene watching Jean in labor pains, and while Logan's driving her to the hospital, she's still saving people, like moving them out of the way of the car
yeah,
while he's on the sidewalk, peeling back the roof. Like that was a
yeah,
cool scene to watch. Yeah.
it really was. It was a good comedic relief to see
Hmm.
Logan freaking out.
Yeah.
It shows he still loves her. He still cares for her.
Oh,
He's
for sure.
always
Yeah. That's never gonna go away.
um, and then we see, like you said, your guy that we were talking about, the executioner, and like this is where he starts kicking ass. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
he fucks up Forge, right? So he takes out Forge
Oh
immediately,
yeah.
and
He
then
puts a
he
collar
takes
on him,
him
right?
yeah, and then he
Yeah.
takes a full on blast from freaking Cyclops and just takes it in the arm and just deflects it. And
Well, no,
apparently he has some.
he was holding a staff. Like the Cyclops beam was on a staff while he was holding the staff.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Hmm.
And then Beast has like some lenses that can like analyze things around him. So that's how he was able to find out that he had some like titanium alloy suit. That's what the suit is made out of. I
Hmm.
thought, and he's like, oh, he seems to have some type of metal alloy. And then he says titanium alloy. I thought he was gonna say like vibranium or something,
Vibranium, right? You're
or
expecting that? Yeah.
or yeah, or adamantium, something, because we haven't
Yeah.
heard the word adamantium yet talked about. So
Hmm.
it'd be nice to see, because we know that X-Men 97 is canon to our universe. So
Yeah.
um, it would be the first time we've heard adamantium in a long time. So I was hoping
In
we
the
could get it, but
animated series,
maybe
yeah, for sure. Because we heard it in the original X-Men movies, but not in the animated
right,
series. So, yeah.
correct. Um, and then yeah, I just feel like Magneto could have felt that gun, that shot. Storm, and he,
Hmm.
I said he's playing chess while everyone was playing checkers.
Yeah.
He knew there was someone was gonna have to get hit. Someone was either gonna have to die or lose their powers in
Yeah.
order for the UN to kind of view what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the reason he teared when he ripped them up. He kind of gave me like Sokovia vibes, how Ultron lifted up
Oh. Oh. Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole city. But this time he just lifted up the UN people and then the guy that shot Storm, and
Hmm.
like that whole vibe, and like when he was up in the air and then he cried. Like I feel
Yeah.
like that tear was for Storm because he spoke so highly of her.
Yeah.
He's like, we have a goddess in our presence. Like she is the closest thing we can be to be around as a
Hmm.
god, and which is
Yep.
true.
Yeah.
Even though he is an Omega level mutant, he respects her very much, and I
For
think it
sure.
hurt him to use her as the sacrificial lamb to the cause.
Yeah. I
So
agree. Yeah.
that was tough. And
Hmm.
then she no longer has mutant powers, and I couldn't believe that they did that to Storm so good, so quickly, and so early. Like,
Yeah. Do you
you
think
think
that
she's
that's
gonna get it back?
final, or do you think that it's gonna like they're gonna figure out a way to where she can get her powers again?
So Forge's Forge's skill set is that he can move his consciousness back in the past to warn himself of
Hmm.
what's coming.
Okay.
And then we know Cable is gonna exist,
Hmm.
and then we do know that there is an episode where in an alternate future, uh, Storm and Wolverine are married.
Okay.
So I think unless they reset what happened and change
Yeah.
that, I think they're gonna change it to give Storm back her powers, and that's how she ends up with Wolverine in that episode. But I think
Okay.
it's gonna ruin the situation with the UN, and it's gonna get uglier for the mutants because of
Yeah.
them trying to. So at some point, somehow, I think the storyline is gonna go that way. How exactly, I'm not sure, but I think that's the trajectory that I see this going right now.
All right. Well, we'll find out if how close you are to that theory, but I like that theory so far. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she has that talk with Jean Grey about her being a
Hmm.
mom. It was too many good moments were happening with Storm. And I was like, oh, something's gonna happen. And then she was like, I got it. Me and Magneto can protect them. I'm like, I don't see Magneto dying or getting hit. Like this is Storm. She's gonna take one for the team.
Yeah.
So hopefully they bring her back. If not, it is what it is. But after that whole UN meeting happens,
Yeah.
we find out that Genosha becomes part of the UN, which is cool. It's huge for the mutant kind. Those of you that don't know, Genosha is the land of mutants essentially. It's their nation, so it's a safe haven for all mutants.
Hmm.
It's originally where the Brotherhood started for the Mutant Brotherhood for Magneto. And they were technically bad people.
Okay.
That's kind of it was also like controlled and led with Magneto and Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch there too. So
Right.
those are different comic lines, but yeah, it was Geonosis is really well known in the X-Men
Yeah.
world. And then Scott and Eric are talking it out, and Scott kind of just accepts that. All right, cool. This is the future. Like we need a leader, and Charles trusted Eric, so I'm gonna trust him. I'm gonna
Yeah.
trust what's gonna happen. And then Storm leaves a beautiful letter and leaves. And then we get hit with a fucking cliffhanger, and we see another Jean walk in. All right. So I think
Yeah.
that's Madeline Pryor, which is the clone of her. And I'm
Okay.
like, what the fuck is going on?
So this is the part where like it's a great callback to where that we're doing weekly episodes because that's how the original series was. This is the part that I don't like because now I gotta wait a whole fucking week to find out, what happens. Which it is what it is. It's good anticipation, but I'm liking the days now where I could binge fucking series. But now I gotta wait a
Yeah,
whole week. So, but it's good. It gives us time to anticipate, to theorize, and and wonder, what's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
I'm happy the
And I
series
think
is
it's
back
just
in.
smart for the studios to do because, like, as great as the viewers that we are, that are the casual viewers or just the nerds like us,
Hmm.
people that don't do podcasts, they feel the same way you do. For people
Yeah,
that are doing podcasts, they're like, this is gold. We can tell so many episodes in between that one episode every Wednesday.
yeah,
So a lot of us nerds, a lot of us podcasters like us, like I think like New Rock Stars, I'm sure they're all over it.
yeah,
Cosmic Wonder, I'm sure they're all over it. So I think this is a good opportunity for people like me and you and other nerds in our community. But I think, yeah, it does suck, but then they can just wait
yep,
and wait for all of them to get released and then binge watching them all.
yep,
Otherwise, don't veto this. Don't make it a big deal. Let these production people just release it the way they see fit.
yeah,
And if it's a flop, then make it obvious. But not if it's not a flop, just leave it alone. Like I
yeah,
don't want to hear people crying about it and making a big deal and
yeah.
cancel the
Seriously,
show.
which unfortunately it's gonna happen. But
Yeah,
hopefully in the future, those people just start getting quieter and quieter and quieter. You know what I mean?
I hope so.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, episode 3 is gonna be coming out next Wednesday.
Yeah,
So
which is the
if you
what
guys
26th, 7th, the 27th.
27th, yeah. So get on that. If you guys haven't seen the first two by then, you need to see those two. Catch up on the series. But we're going to be
Absolutely.
following the series heavily and giving you
Yeah,
guys. We haven't decided how we're going to break it down yet as far as episodes. We're going to figure that out, ourselves, and then we'll let you guys know. But you got anything
yeah.
else, PK?
No, I think that's it.
That's it. All right, man. Well, even though we're apart, you already know it. I'm still with you.
Till the end of the line.
All right, thanks, guys.